Hello and welcome to Technology Simplicity YouTube channel. My name is Jay Chung. Well, in today's episodes 53, we are talking about WordPress hosting secret that no one else share. Well, this is the episode that actually I really worry, when I'm trying to juggling between reviewing too much. And a lot of hosting provider will hate me in a way, but at the same time, I really want you know to be transparent, even though it's a business for profitability. But I still believe that when it comes to transparent and fair pricing, yeah, the words will be better. Okay, maybe I'm idealistic, maybe I'm too generous in some way, but I'm still believed in education is the key to actually make the world a better place. So let's go for the WordPress hosting secrets that no one sells you. Okay, let's go. Well, in these episodes, yes, okay, I'm going to review the secret. Maybe, okay, you already know some of it, or you already own most of it. Okay, feel free to jump in on the comment box and share, your experience, your opinions, or perhaps, you can always actually contribute in a way that, encourage more discussions among the communities and listeners here and the audiences out there. Okay, let's go to the interesting part. So when it comes to this part, okay, I'm going to offer my business digitalizations consultations, which is 60 minutes one-on-one, okay? Okay, they will be the giveaway. Well, when it comes to this episode, as a disclaimer, these presentations are intended for educational purpose and does not trying to replace any independent professional judgment, okay? And the rest please read it yourself. Okay, let's get started. As I promised in many episodes before, okay, every single one except one so far, yeah, every single one of the GoDigital Live Series, the presentation deck will be shared out to everyone of you. Okay, refer to the video description under the resources sector. Okay, and I always believe that if you know how I actually figure out and find the answers, I'm sure you can be better knowledgeable in the sectors. Okay, if you really put effort on it. So refer to the deck. Okay, if you see either of these icons here, this means clickable. Then you actually can go through the sources that actually I go from. Okay, let's go get to the business. Okay, what is web hosting? Okay, comparing to the WordPress hosting. Put it this way, in the web hosting, we talk about you can install various CMS, including WordPress. Yeah, there are many CMS, more content management system, such as Joomla, even tools coming from enterprise. There are quite numbers. Yeah, I don't want to scare you down by listing out. There are actually more than 20 in the common markets. Okay, and it's possible to host multiple sites, and then you can actually host a lot of stuff. Your applications are running on top of, let's say, PHP base or anything else. Okay. However, on the other hand, in terms of WordPress hosting, it's actually optimized around WordPress, and including specific advantages that such as speed optimization, security features, customer support, as well. Especially you can connect to the WordPress experts that really can help you when your WordPress website goes down. Okay, it's quite similar, like when you go for this WordPress hosting versus web standard hosting. Is I always say the support is very much different here. Okay, I'm sure you know if you engage one before. Okay, however, what is WordPress hosting? Okay, typically it's a share hosting. It's a configured, optimized for WordPress site, and then yeah, basically web hosting provider offer you the server space and the computing power for you to store and publish your website files. Okay, very simple. Huh? You can follow so far. If you're not, please put it in the comment box and then let me know, and then I will do my best to reward as soon as possible. Okay, of course, the community, feel free to jump in for the discussion. Okay. Now, sometimes when you go to WordPress hosting, you will see this word called manage WordPress hosting. What does that means? It actually means the hosting provider will actually take care of the back end and the technical specs for your website. You don't need to worry about the technical adjustment, the update management, the server security, server optimization, blah blah blah, and so on. Which means your WordPress hosting will be managed in a way that you don't need to worry about the WordPress behind the scene. I'm not talking about the WordPress backend, okay? Just assuming that your WordPress website is middle here. There's a backend, okay, which is the server level where you need to adjust. For example, PHP version has been updated, you need to update as well. And then MySQL actually is connecting to MySQL. Sorry, WordPress is connecting with MySQL, and whenever there's a new even a tiny minor updates, you need to update as well. And there are many more components they're supporting behind WordPress. So your WordPress website here, will need these updates in terms of the server level, security and performance. Then at the same time, you need to taking care of your own WordPress backend, okay, for content wise purpose, for because it's a CMS, content management system. So you are here, and whatever user and visitor will be the front end, okay. So just take it as the three parts, and we are talking about the hosting, the back end level, okay. This I hope you can follow me so far. Okay, so seriously, how many types of hosting out there? And I will give you this way. Like, uh, to be honest, okay, here is the part that I'm going to mention about secret. Okay, this is the part that a lot of hosting providers punch me. Actually, there's only one type of hosting. As long as it's a machine, okay, regardless it's a computer, a server computer that's running 24/7 with a storage space, with a lot of computing power, and you connect to internet with a very great bandwidth, blah blah blah, and so on. There are so many tags there. I'm not going to mention. Or as long as it's like that, actually hosting provider just like that. Okay, the types of hosting out there is more on additional features that you requested. Okay, the additional features or support that are actually providing you. Okay, for me is one type, but for the sake of clear out the confusions, okay, these are the types that you see. Okay, by the way, before that, let's come to a fast fact about WordPress. The WordPress economies on year 2022 was $636 billion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you put it in the country GDP, I think it's about rank 20 to 30 of the world already. Okay, since we have 200 plus official country in the world. Okay, and then at this moment, at least 82 million WordPress websites are online, and then 41% of the internet is built on top of WordPress. This is crazy. And WooCommerce powered 22% of the top 1 million e-commerce site in the world. Yeah, it's crazily huge, huh? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So let you sink in for 10 seconds to digest these figures, okay? If you felt you want to voice out something, put it in the comment box. Well, okay, enough for the fast fact. If you have a lot of comments, yes, welcome. Join the discussions. There's a love part. Okay, let's talk about the types of WordPress hosting out there. Okay, you shall see share hosting, you shall see VPS hosting, you shall see dedicated hosting, you shall see managed hosting. Okay, however, not all the hosting provider out there is going to list this out for you. Most of them, they will list their fancy names, individual, basic, advanced, business, okay, whatever terms that they're going to label. Actually, that is like, just imagine you have a lot of candies on your hands. Okay, right now you just put one as selling dreams candy. Then when you put five together, you sell this is the heaven candy. And then you put 10 together, and then you sell as this is extraordinary candy. Okay, whatever name they're given to you, it's just name. Okay, it doesn't matter. Most importantly is what are the values they're actually providing to you, given the VAT price and the fees they charge to you. So put it this way, most of the time that you buy, in terms of WordPress hosting, as long as, okay, as low as, 100 or even 200 USD per month, you are in this category. It's called share. Share means what? Imagine a server or a hosting provider actually just like a laptop right now you're looking at, okay, or the laptop I'm using. Imagine I'm trying to run 10 Photoshop at the same time. Okay, tools to run Photoshop before, I'm sure you know. If you try to open 10 at the same time with a basic laptop, your laptop is going to hang or crash. Or perhaps you can't even actually, switch on the number 5 to number 10. Okay. So that's share hosting. So imagine hosting provider share to you and the other 9 guys, and then each of you trying to run a heavy website at the same time. Definitely is going to go down. So the advantage is very cheap because it's share environment, just like your car, just like you go to taxi and then you share your taxi, like the Grab share. Okay, it's much more cheaper because share, right? But the problem is it's actually slow and you potentially have downtime. And then at the same time, because you all are under one container, I would call it container, or some, Docker or anything. So security threats is actually higher because, either one of the guys between the website owner, didn't update something or actually allows the hacker to come in or anything, you actually justifies each other. Okay, in a way lah. So on the other hand, there's something we call VPS, virtual private server. It's something like, I'm not sure you still remember that one PC, two monitors, and then each of them running their own Windows. I'm not sure you're familiar or heard about this kind of environment before. This is called virtual private server or VPN or no VPS, huh? Okay, so it's like you're using the same machine, but you already allocate certain resources to each of the user. So it's actually better performance and powerful, but it's actually a higher cost and a slightly more technical because you're given more controls as well. So that's where VPS. Then the next one is dedicated, which means the whole server is yours. Okay, so definitely we talk about powerful and you have full control, just like you access to your own laptop. You can install whatever programs you want, how you want to update, when you want to do it. You have the full control, ultimate control, but it's much more costly and again, it's more technical, just like your Windows machine. Okay, you open the control panel, you open all the settings, it's like thousands buttons there for you to adjust, but you don't think about that way. Actually it's much more technical because you are going to handle by yourself. That is dedicated. Then the last one, just the hosting types will be managed. Okay, the advantage side is will be user friendly because usually that comes with a nice dashboard, a very simple one, whereby just a few buttons and then whatever you want to achieve, you actually a few clicks. Okay, that is great support but usually this is super expensive among this all because manage means someone there expert is there to assist you, and at the same time it might be a lesser control. So imagine if you're enterprise grade, you try to get the best WordPress hosting out there, try to look for dedicated plus manage, the way that you have full control at the same time you have a support. Okay, I know it's much more expensive when you combine these together. Okay, so far I hope you can follow. If you are hosting provider out there and you really dislike, or no, not dislike, disagree with the facts that I mentioned here, feel free to put in the discussion, in the comment. Let's discuss. Okay, let's take 10 seconds, see any discussion come in. So far I want to review any secret. Yeah, there's one secret. Most of the time, a hosting provider try to squeeze as much as possible of user subscription under share hosting, even VPS. It is. Okay, there are quite a number. Because you don't know, as a user, you don't know what package you bought, you don't know how many people actually out there sharing the same resources as you. You don't know. Even though you know, you do not know whether it is legit numbers. It's actually just like a public transport bus. Okay, there's a certain so-called recommendation how many packs should be on board to the bus, but imagine the bus actually overload. It still works, right? Okay, for normal circumstances, but when it comes to certain problem occur, and yeah, Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I'm starting to review a little bit secret here in terms of there are many hosting provider out there. They're squeezing more than it should be. In terms of the numbers of users in the share hosting. Okay, so look about that. Okay, let's go. Let's start the real secret. Okay, but before that, these are the jargons that you should know when you come to choosing a hosting provider. You know, if they're providing a WHM or some cPanel, so probably they might don't have control panel or the other way around. Okay, so these are the guys that you should really pay attention to because most of the time the package they provide you there are numbers behind here like oh 30 days backup versus 60 days backup bandwidth like 1 terabyte versus 20 terabytes per month, then caching support, CDS, how many locations in the world, control panel, how much functions you can use, how much control you can do, then CMS, how many installations. Some of them limit by one WordPress per package. Some of them say unlimited website, but it's actually yeah, the resources. And then cPanel as well. cPanel actually just like Windows, sometimes they come with the basic or cPanel Lite, whereby very, very little control and functionality and so on. Okay, I'm not going to cover all here, else 30 minutes is not be enough. Okay, these are the jargon that you should pay attention to and you should know. Okay. I gave you one example. You also should be aware. Let's say you try to save some money. Let me check whether we are still recording. Okay, good. We are still recording. Yeah. Now I'm using OBS as a recorder. Now cool. Oh, as a broadcaster. Okay, so cool. When it comes to hosting plan that you should aware that is when it comes to oh excuse me, it's too cold here. When it comes to hosting plan, it's actually just like telco plan, your mobile phone, right? Okay. Is when you pay prepaid, actually is cheaper than you actually committed in the contract base. Sometimes it's the other way around, but in the hosting world, usually if you go for prepaid means let's say you straight away buy, subscribe, buy, purchase, pay for the yearly basis. Let's say you subscribe to 1 year. Some of the hosting provider out there they actually kind of lure you in to get the package for like 3 years. Yeah, because they want the lump sum money at first place. Okay, so secret zero that I'm gonna review here is they try to lure you into getting more money at the first place. Even though if you look at the per month basis, it's so much lower. But if you think about it, they're getting upfront money, they can invest, and they have enough capital to actually build their infrastructure better. Okay, this is just for example. I'm not going to say this is from which hosting provider. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It is the smart way. Okay, secret number zero. Okay, the other thing is that you should really pay attention to is the server environment, the resources. The rest is yeah, pretty about the same, but actually it's not same. There are so many things that you really can pay attention to, including the caching, how fast the cache is, the SSD storage, whether it's a real SSD, the running fast, and then free domain, including every domain, or priority support means what? There's so many things you need to check, but of course, every penny you spend here, it should be worth lah, comparing to what you're trying to get. Just for last, when people say WordPress is insecure, and then I would say false. The WordPress core itself is incredibly secure. Yeah, it's very true. You try to hack the 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 basics WordPress that you install from scratch, okay, is really tough, okay, for ordinary hacker. I do want to talk about choose legendary hacker. And again, when it comes to this point, a lot of people still do know like how should I choose, okay? Let me share the secrets along the way, then you will actually get some idea how to choose carefully, okay? Let's get to business. Top 6, okay, secret I'm going to review here, and then you will know how to choose the hosting provider in a smart way. Okay. Of course, when someone say there's no problem with free WordPress hosting, I will laugh. There's no such thing as free. Okay, please. So secret 0. Okay, before I share anything, please remember there's no such thing as a free lunch. Always remember that. Okay, when it comes to anything at all. Well, secret number 1. But before that, when you say you want to get a cheap WordPress hosting, imagine this picture. This is what happened, when you try to get a share hosting. Wow, there are a lot of users out there doing the same thing for the same package. Okay. Secret number 1, you need to know the server location. Who is the real provider? There are quite a number of hosting provider out there. They are not the direct provider. They are just reseller. Okay, the hosting location could be some funny places you never heard about. It could be, one apartment and then running 24/7 with maybe, dozens of computers there. You don't know. So knowing the server location is really, really helpful for you, whether they are legit enough, they are disaster proof. Imagine it's an earthquake or anything. What happened next? Okay, think about that. Huh? Who is the real provider? How you can know? Okay, let me share you. For example, some of the hosting provider they will share with you that they have how many server locations, what they are using, their routing, and so on. Or of course, you can always contact them and ask, okay, which hardware provider you are using. You can straight away ask them in this way, okay? Then they will say, oh, actually, we are leveraging on DigitalOcean or Google Cloud infrastructure. We just build on top of this, and then we build also a virtual machine on Google Cloud, and then we actually do some optimization for WordPress with the installation and stuff. Okay, it makes sense a lot. But usually when it comes to this kind of cloud infrastructure, they will be slightly pricey than tools that you see, like, $1 per month, $2 per month. Think about that, okay? Okay, just for love again, and servers is down is always happen due to share hosting, okay? If you've experienced this before, please put, down on the comment below. Okay, let's see how many people really experienced this before. Let's take a 5 seconds. Well, I'll get my tea. Yeah, it usually is plenty, okay? Most of the people that actually host their website before, especially they go for the share hosting. Yeah, 404, so it's down, it's not loading and so on. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, let's go. Go to secret number 2. Okay, dedicated WordPress benefits. Okay, you might wondering whether this is secret. Okay, let me share with you. Huh? When it comes to this part, you must double check whether they have all this. If they don't have, the dedicated is BS. Okay, make sure they have backups all the time. Make sure they can automate update. Okay, nowadays it's so easy. Don't tell me your dedicated server provider didn't provide this, and then one-click staging. You can have a staging website, and then you update something already, then you push to your live. It should be that way, okay? And then there's a self-healing architecture. There's PHP admin for you to access your database. There are choices of data center is quite important. Dedicated IP, blah blah blah. Okay, look for this. If you are looking for dedicated server, ask your service provider whether they have all this. If they don't have, you ask them why. Okay, here's the part that hosting provider going to punch me because I'm going to set the bar. Raise the bar and set the benchmark here. Okay. Well, before that, let me share with you one more time. Those who say you run your website without backup, I would say, yeah, you really live dangerously. Yeah, I like it sometimes. But come on, how could you run a website without a backup? What happened to your server if you get a hack or anything? What happened? How you restore it back? Think about that. Oh my god. Well, secret number 3 is no backup or facility or options. Come on. Who's hosting provider telling you this? They are really BS, and I'm sure they are reseller. Okay, la 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 la. Half of the hosting provider is going to hunt me down already. I know that, but well, for the sake of the better world, come on, is not really that expensive to have a backup. Okay, usually what we do is, as a hosting provider myself, I mean as a reseller, what we do is we use SSD to store the current website. To backup, we always store in the HD environment. It's okay. Yeah, I just list down the policy and you tell user indirectly, it's fine. As long as when disaster come, you want to restore the website, there's a backup there, even though it's in a slower environment. It's okay. As long as there's a backup. Don't tell me there's a hosting provider telling you there's no backup facility and then there's no option, even though you're willing to pay. That is like, I don't know what kind of a scenario I want to use to remind you. If you don't have backup for a website, it's like you try to suicide without a medical personnel around you. I don't know how to tell you already. Okay, come on, it's crazy for me. Come on. Okay, just double check, in terms of the hosting backups, how many days they're going to retain for you. Usually they put it 30 days, okay? Like I say, it's fine. When you try to restore, it's a little bit slow because they're trying to save money, putting in the HD storage drive. Yeah, if you don't know what is SSD and HD, go and Google yourself, okay? Okay, look for this if you go for tools VPS, the authenticator, or especially managed hosting. Okay, look for all this. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. And again, having a sleepless night because of bad hosting. Yeah, I've been there also. Okay, so try to avoid that. Okay, unless you actually until today, I don't know why certain people say I want to have a website live, but I don't have any revenue strategy. I don't know how to make money from my website. I just want my website to be live. I was like, then why you want to put out your website? There must be a reason, right? It's like you rented a shop, okay, without decoration, without content, and then you just pay the rent. What for? Must be some things, right? It's just marketing, it's just branding, it's just awareness or anything. Okay. Number four. Okay, don't believe those hosting providers say they don't have security mechanism. Tools who putting that, I'm sure they actually overlook in terms of the share hosting. That's why they want to push away the responsibility. Okay, it's usually is like that. Let me show you what is you should have. Okay, you should have a defender layer of protection. You should have a reports, logs, or security scans. Okay, you should have the backup protection. You should have, even though you do want to enable, but you should have the options to enable two-factor authentication. You should have replication and firewall. You should really have at least basic, okay? If you do advanced DDoS mitigation, or you will have the platform level protection to detect the threats or blocks attacks. Okay, enough here. Check your hosting provider. Do they providing this? Okay, if you are go for $2 per month, okay, forget about it. You pay what you get. Simple as that. Okay, you don't walk in a fine dining restaurant, ask for 100 ingredients. In the end, you are just willing to pay $1. It doesn't make sense in that way. Okay. And again, why you need a $1 hosting while we are setting up a website to really perform, to have high traffic, to get more traffic, to actually give you more money. Okay, enough. What if I told you hosting a new website doesn't have to be painful? Yes, indeed. So secret number 5 I'm going to review here is check with your hosting provider that should have website control panel, even though it's the traditional one or the so-called most common one called cPanel. Okay, they must have. If the dana want to give you or someone or any reason at all, means that hosting provider is not legit. I know there are many reseller out there. They're not going to give you the so-called direct access, even a simple cPanel access. They don't want to give you. They just want you to pay and the so-called providing the service, but without you controlling at all. They don't want you to access to a backup. They don't want you to access to your file, so that you need to stay with them forever. Yes, I'm telling you, this is a secret. Why? They don't want to give you the access. Okay, look for the control panel. Some of them actually is quite not innovative enough to give you this kind of control panel that you can, it's so much easier for you to managing multiple website perhaps, or even your individual website, uptime, performance, how's the hosting environment, and so on. It should be that way nowadays. Okay, we are not in 1990s anymore. Okay, look for that. Well, just for love again, remember I mentioned to you, when it comes to manage hosting provider, they should have hosting support, but double check how is their hosting support. Who knows, right? Well, secret six, number six will be, even though they have a support team behind, there's a chat, there's a phone number, there's an email support, but two people will ask you the same question when you throw the same question. I'm not sure you experienced that before. It's like, hi, my website is down, and they will say, oh, can you check for me? Is it down from your laptop? It's like BS question. Yeah, how you should check this is, I would say, look for the testimonial, look for the review, ask around. Okay, I do have direct answer to teach you, to guide you how to really test their knowledge or power or their support level. But this one, use common sense. Okay, but it's there. Okay, definitely to be there. So seriously, the ultimate question is how to choose. I would say this is excellent questions, and let's move forward. Okay, just for love again, I would say one does not simply host WordPress. Okay, it involves very complex infrastructure, mechanism, and operation and process. Okay, it's involving a lot of design, support, and expertise. Okay, don't say WordPress is simple. Don't ever say two common things is simple. It's not like that. Okay. Okay, let's continue. And then, if you want to learn more about agency related, feel free to visit the resources center. There's a checklist how to actually build your MVP development, and also how much your WordPress website really costs you. Okay, this is very very important. There's a complete guide, as well as if you go to the resource center and then you go to the website, you shall see the WordPress development calculator as well. It's giving you the estimation and some rough idea, the basic costing will be around, and then what that you're really paying for, and so on. Okay, take a look about that. And announcement is the next coming tutorial that everyone waiting for is about Open AI Chat GPT with your WordPress. Okay, stay tuned on that. And that's all the secrets that I share. Okay, I know a lot of hosting provider is going to punch me on my face or stuff, but yeah, let's make the world better place by giving more transparent pricing here and more education, so that people actually much more appreciate the value that you bring in. Okay. And again, the giveaway is coming real soon. Okay, stay tuned with me, my friends. Okay, then the complete guideline to choose the right agency will announce and be released. Okay, on the 1st of February. Okay, please click on the link, or you can refer to the video description. Okay, to get the whole ebook myself. Okay, and next topic is decided by you. Yes, you have the voting, you have the choice to actually propose a new topic. I hear you and I see you, and this is the result. Yeah. Okay, not this. Well, the next one will be about ChatGPT versus content marketing on episode 54. Okay, this is a very, very interesting topic. Okay, we shall see about that. And it's time for the giveaway. The question is super simple. Which factor is most important when choosing WordPress hosting? Okay, you can refer to my observation. Okay, go to my social media accounts in Facebook page or Instagram, that whichever you like. Look for the photo, look for the posting, namely week giveaway, and then type in the answer. Then whoever giving the first right answer will be the winner. Okay, then we will keep in touch, and I'm gonna share with you how you can redeem it. Again, that giveaway this round will be this is digitalization consultation. Okay, language 60 minutes long. Okay, one-on-one. It's a private consultation. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching. Okay, Go Digital Live series every Wednesday at 15 p.m. Okay, if you found this is interesting, or perhaps please share with your friends, whoever that you feel like they will be enjoy and benefit from this talk, as well as the discussion. Feel free to jump into the comment box and put more. Okay. Well, we've been through about the WordPress hosting secrets that no one review. Okay, I'm gonna hide myself, else the hosting provider is really going to punch me because yeah, you will start questioning all these hosting provider and but for me it's actually we are making a world better place in a sense. So before we ended and say goodbye to each other, please do me one big favor, okay? Put a like or like here, put a like to the video and subscribe to my channel as well as put a ring so you get notified when I go live next time. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video and my name is Jay Chong. Thank you for watching Technology Smithy YouTube channel. See you again next week. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.